Have you wondered why there are some real-life railway locomotives with names on them? Particularly in Britain, but I'm sure it's done in other countries as well. And that kind of thing filters down to model railroading as well. Now, the reason a real locomotive may have a name is because it's usually named in honor of someone, to commemorate a person who has, sporting achievement, life achievements, heroic acts, engineers, a lot of reasons. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they recently even named a locomotive in Britain Felix the Cat after a prolific railway cat. I mean, that's another topic that we can talk about sometime. Railway cats. I mean, cats and railways have been associated for quite a while, but that's not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is naming your locomotives. Now, did you know that, model railway locomotives also have names in them? I'm going to show you an example. This Virgin Hornby 125 has the name Lady in Red on it. And this Class 86 electric locomotive says Les Ross on it. So yeah, these locomotives had already been named at the manufacturer, i.e. Hornby, because they are based on a real locomotive which probably had these kind of names on them. But what's to stop you as a model railroader from naming your very own locomotives? There's nothing to stop you, right? I mean, you could name it after your cat if you like. Well, if I had a cat, I probably would, but then again, I have 2 children. So makes sense that I would want to name 2 locomotives after my 2 children. And there is a way to do that. I mean, I found these guys online called Light Railway Stores. Let me pull up their website for you. And yeah, quite interesting, UK based of course. And they make nameplates for various scales too. So, I mean, that's pretty neat because, you don't necessarily have to be in HO or OO scale. You've got N scale, you can make names for that. If you've got O scale, you can make names for that. I mean, there's quite a lot of possibilities here, and you just got to go to their website and the custom nameplate studio, and you've got a variety of nameplate styles, works plates, that kind of thing, personalized plates, and that's where I've gone. And I placed an order about 2.5 months or so ago, which is about the normal time it will take. But I've got to say, their timelines have been spot on. They said within 8 weeks I should have my order posted to me, which it was. And Royal Mail Standard International said within 7 working days you would get it. And the parcel arrived 2 days ago, which is bang on 7 working days. So things have worked, perfectly well. Even Sri Lanka Post, which is surprisingly reliable actually, contrary to popular belief. So yeah, I have got the parcel in my hands. It's actually a letter form of parcel. I haven't opened it. All I have done is cover up the information about my address and the barcode with tape because I don't want any weirdos finding me, obviously. Smart thing to do. If you have a YouTube channel, try as far as possible to not give away too much personal information about yourself. My name, of course, is the name of my channel. So yeah, there you go. But so this is the package that arrived, and we're going to open it on camera. I have not opened this. You can see it's sealed. So we're going to find out for the first time how have the plates turned out. Let's see. I'm excited. And in case you're wondering what are the locomotives I'm going to name after my children, well, these 2 Hornby high-speed train intercity 125 power cars. I think I'm going to make the blue one after my son and the swallow livery one after my daughter. And the reason I've chosen that, well, no particular reason as such, but why I've chosen 125s is because I really like the 125. It's one of my favorite model locomotives. These 2 are excellent runners. They are absolutely fantastic, no issues at all. This one has received my upgraded lighting solution, which I did a video on. This one will receive the upgraded lighting when I get some time to get around to it. And of course, I'm naming 2 power cars rather than naming a power car and a dummy car because, well, I feel bad to name a dummy car after one of my children. Both are live wires, so to speak. They are quite naughty. My son is 3.5 at the time of this video. My daughter is just 3 months old, and both of them already have got distinctive personalities and likes, dislikes, that kind of thing. So I'm naming power cars after them. And I do sometimes run a long 125 train of coaches with a power car at either end because I've got gauge master controllers which can put out up to 1 ampere of power. So yeah, that's more than enough to run 2 locomotives, especially 2 matched locomotives. These 2 have an identical powertrain and motor. So yeah, that's as equal as you're going to get with double heading, so to speak. So without further ado, let's open this package because that's what I'm really excited about. We'll open the package, we'll have a look at the nameplates, and then we'll see how to install them on the locomotives, and finally we'll have a running session. Stay tuned. Right, so here we are, and I am actually excited because this is a truly personalized thing I'm having done for my children. Okay, so we've got a nice piece of card there. Okay, that's that. Custom nameplate studio, enclosed are your individual custom edge plate, produced and finished to your specification. We hope you are fully satisfied, but to report any errors, okay, order reference, all that is fine. Let's open it up. Oh man. Okay, I'm really getting excited now. I mean, I really like this. Is a really exciting. Sorry to repeat, but check that out. My son's name, Rahil Wahab. My daughter's name, Kayla Wahab. Oh man, I'm really incredibly happy with this. Thank you, Light Railway Stores. I'm really happy with the quality. Yes. And the next step is to carefully remove them from their mountings and to install them. I need to think about a way to install them with as little impact to the locomotive paintwork as possible while making sure that they stay on. So, well, stay tuned for that. Yes, I'm really excited. You can probably tell from my voice on the camera. So here we are, time for installation. And after some deliberation, I've decided that I'm going to use glue, multi-purpose glue. I mean, I checked online, there were various ways of doing it. People had recommended things from matte varnish to double-sided tape to even super glue. But well, super glue is not ideal because you see, if you use super glue, that white color effect that comes from the fumes can ruin your labeling, or rather the paint. So what I'm going to do is, first I need to get these out of their little mountings kind of thing. Can I do that by hand? Just gonna give it a try like that. Okay, I was able to separate them. Now this locomotive is gonna be named after my son, and this one is gonna be named after my daughter. So let's get started. First things first, I need to get the little plates out of this sort of their background. So let's do a bit of gentle jiggling there. I do have a pair of snips, but it's such a delicate job that, well, actually I think one of these might be far more productive for this kind of thing, making sure I don't cut myself, of course. This is a very fiddly job getting these out, and of course I don't want to damage these beautifully made plates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them out of this stencil of sorts off camera and then come back to you. Well, I did it, and how I did it is I simply used my tweezers to gently rotate the plate, pushing from the backs, of course, rotate them round and round, and after about 3 revolutions, well, they came out. You can see them here on the side here. Now just have a look at how delicate that is. So what we're going to do is, I'm thinking I'm going to position them on the intercity one to below the word city on this one. Now it's not a perfect fit, or actually shall I go after the word city like that there, but then it would go on the other side after. Oh, interesting quandary. I think the best thing for me to do is to maybe perhaps put the name up there like that there, because then that way I can make sure that it's uniformly fitted on both sides of the body. So let's get our glue, and if by this point you are less than pleased with how I'm doing it, or positively mortified, horrified, any variety of terms you'd like to use to describe your feelings towards how I'm doing this, you may look away. But the point I was thinking is, I mean, well, these are my model trains, and I'm going to do them, sorry for bumping the camera, the way I think I should do it. And if it turns out a little, well, less than perfect, so to speak, well, that's okay. So I'm going to just put it on the body like that, and well, I'm making a bit of a hash of it, but well, okay. So that one's over there. I think that's gonna be okay. So it's slightly crooked. Let's bring it close to the camera and see. Why, yes, I believe it is, and that is where you can use something like the other end of this brush to very slightly nudge it into place like that. So that is done. Now on my swallow livery one, which is this one. I can't do that because the word intercity is a bit longer. So on that one, I'm going to put the board for my daughter in the same place over here. So, well, same process. Let's do it. Let's get a Kayla Wahab tag. Let's hold it very carefully in our hands like that. Sorry if I go off camera for a bit. This is a little bit of an awkward setup I've got going on here. I'm trying to do things on camera as much as possible, but the point is I can't always see the camera. That's the problem I'm having here because of this particular setup I'm using. So yeah, I need to get a bit more of video stuff for my when doing this kind of terrain videos. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm going for it. I've gone for it. Little bit of slight over gluing there, and okay, I need to clean that up. Okay, that's fine. Just gonna get something from my drawer down here, and let's see what have I got. Well, okay, let's try this tiny piece of rigifoam to just tease away some of the glue. I'm not really making a very good job of it, I think, but yep, it seems to be getting a bit cleaned. Okay, if I hold it in one hand and tease away the glue leather in the other hand, well, I think that's kind of sort of halfway there, but I need something a little bit. Okay, let's try a rag, but problem with the rag is, well, okay, let's do this like this. I gotta admit on camera that I'm not an adept handicraft person. You see, handicrafts is my weakest area, but on the other hand, I am a bit OCD, so in that sense it's a pretty not a very pleasant combination. I mean, to be not good at handwork and handicraft, but to be a bit OCD is a little bit of a drag. So yeah, there we are. Is it slightly askew? Yes, it is. Let's just get in. There we are. And what's going on with the W there? There seems to be some dirt there, which I'm not gonna do anything about right now. But for now, let's keep that aside there. So this one is like that there. And well, let's do the other side and let them dry. Well, here we are. Both sides have been done on these locomotives, and now the next step is for them to really and comprehensively dry, because I'm not going to run them because I don't want the vibration to jiggle the glue. Now, a few takeaways from this that I learned while applying the second one to each locomotive off camera was that, well, one, less glue is better. Actually, I think I went slightly overboard with the glue on the first one on this locomotive, which is why we had a little bit of bit of seeping out of the glue. And the other thing is to try to hold it in between your fingers as much as possible, because if your tweezer is less than perfect as my one is, it's going to be quite difficult to grip them. I really need to sort that tweezer out because it's a good high grade steel one. I mean, you can see how thick the steel is, but well, it's got bent over use. And yeah, the other thing is, yeah, once you position the nameplate on the locomotive, try to manipulate it as little as possible, because yeah, every manipulation means you're spreading glue on the body and it's becoming a bit of a mess. But yeah, I mean, overall I managed it, and so now yeah, let them dry for about 12 to 24 hours, and then let's take them on the track and see how they look. I'm really pleased about this. So I've returned to check these out a few days later actually, and I'm suffering from a cold, which probably explains why my voice is a little muffled. But no worries, that means they've had more time to dry. So let's pick up this one first, the one bearing the name of my son. Okay, well, my handiwork is kind of passable. Let's have a look at the other side. There we go. Okay, I think that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it on the tracks here. I've already got a rake of Mark III coaches, good to go right there. So I'm just going to place that one on the track there. Yep, that's on the track, and I'm going to couple it up. Okay, why is it not? Oh, wrong controller. That's a silly mistake to make. Okay. Whoa, okay, that is a bit too enthusiastic, granted. Let's just manually couple it, and yep, we can see that some of the coaches have jackknifed a bit, and yeah, two coaches had jackknifed. Let's give it some power. Okay, now let's have a look at the locomotive named after my daughter. So here we are. Once again, a pretty okay job. I'm being really critical of myself here, of course, as one should be. There we go. Both sides on. Perhaps a little bit of over spray of the glue, so to speak. Let's put this on the tracks. And this time I'm going to manually couple. So here we are. Let's have a look at this beautiful train that I've got going on here. Gonna give it some juice. Once again, wrong controller. I really need to find a way to stop doing that. Forward direction. There we go. And the little train starts off. Let's have a look at it coming from my tunnel. So there we go. Okay, we are pulling 5 coaches here with 2 power cars, one at either end. Now, a typical Intercity 125 rail could indeed have 2 power cars, but of course in model railroading you don't really get 2 power cars because, well, for cost reasons obviously. But here we have got 2 power cars. So what I'm going to do is let's stop the train here so that we can see how the nameplates look. Now, isn't that wonderful? Really bit emotional moment to see your kids' names on your model train locomotives, and I hope that they will cherish them when they are older, because these locomotives will probably end up with them. Whichever one, well, my son already likes trains, my daughter turns out to like trains as well, then I have to split them and give one to each child. So there you are, naming your model train locomotives. Let's just send this train on a little run, shall we? And I've done it again. Wrong controller. Let me just show you what keeps happening over here. You see the 2 controllers? That's for the inner loop. That's for the outer loop. And I keep mistaking them. So I'm just going to put the lights on and hopefully I can see them then. And here we are. Let's have this lovely train which now bears my children's names on its way. So there you are. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe, drop me a like, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.